Hi, Julia. Hello, Julia. Hello, Julia. How are you?
Nice to see you.
It's lovely to see you too. I'm pretending to be in the synagogue. I'm not actually there. Where I actually am is in my daughter's bedroom. There we are. So you can see why I have a different background.
I can also change.
Don't worry. So I'm gonna go back into the synagogue. There we are. That's nice.
Yeah, it's a good idea actually.
It's lovely. Okay, it's brilliant. So there's lots of people beginning to wait to join us. I'm now going to put this through also to our to the live stream as well. So that people can just see it straight from the website. So nice to see you. How are you doing? Are you well?
Yeah, I just write down to people who they can join.
Excellent. Lovely. So I'll get everything started and let's talk. It'll be brilliant. Right. I'm going to get this through now to our website. See how I'm doing. Quite got that to work yet.
I'm with my daughter Isolde.
Hello.
You met her when she was young.
Lovely to see you.
Nice to see you too. Yeah.
Is she your technical consultant?
Not exactly, but any questions? Yeah, for any questions.
Lovely. Right. Okay.
She's more my English consulting.
Excellent. Okay, lovely.
Because
I'm
her
going to
English
now
is much
start
better
letting
than mine.
I'm going to start letting people in so that everybody's here. We've got a few people waiting, and it's now also on our website as well.
Wow.
Lovely. Very good, and we can hear you. So I'm going to get everybody in. Hey, it's happening.
Hello.
Good morning, Julia.
Oh dear.
I'm all right, my darling. How are you?
Good morning.
Hi.
Hi, Zolda. How are you?
Good morning.
Great.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, it's happening.
Yay.
Yeah.
Good morning, Julia. Oh dear. I'm all right, my darling. How are you?
Good morning.
Hi.
Operación, Capsula.
You. Thank you for reminding me, Kay.
Vivian, you're muted.
Yay.
Yeah, I feel welcome to unmute yourself for a little while, and then we'll just all say hello for the time being.
Yeah.
Hi, Lena.
Hello.
So lovely to see everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here comes Linda.
Hello, Vivian. Hello, David. Hello, Laura.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's working, but she came to say hello.
Hello, hello.
Hi,
Nice
Laura.
to see you.
Yeah. This is our home office for 3 people.
Oh my goodness. How do you stop
Well, no, it was my office, but I've been moved.
I'm next door.
Andy, I think you have to switch off one of your device.
That's
Right,
right.
I turned it off.
If you have 2, just switch off one.
I was
Oh,
Linda.
There's Linda. Let me
Hi.
unmute. Linda, come say hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, hello. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. Lovely to see you.
Yeah.
And you, it's actually my birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday.
Birthday, Linda.
So tonight we
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Linda. Happy birthday to you. Got to do that twice, haven't we now?
So tonight we've booked to go to a theatre show, and we're having a pre-meal beforehand, and we're going up to town by train. Not.
You can watch it online.
Pardon?
You can watch your theatre show online from
I
stream.
know you can, but there tend to be a lot of Andrew Lloyd Webber who I absolutely loathe. So
National Theatre.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I might have a look at their website actually, because I'm on their mailing list.
There was a very good ballet the other
I
day.
don't like ballet, sorry.
Oh, all right.
It
It was
that
weird.
Peter and the Wolf. And
Pardon?
was that Peter and the Wolf?
No, it was Metamorphosis.
Ah,
How do I
Really
get this
weird.
to everybody?
Oh, the cascade. Okay, here comes Mira, another person. Lovely.
She's
Well,
from
in a
Odessa,
minute,
yeah?
we need to get ourselves started. What I'm going to suggest we do is that everybody now mutes their microphone for a little while. And then Julia and I are just going to kind of introduce us talking together, and then we're going to open it up so that we're all talking again. So I'll do a bit of muting. There we go. That's lovely. So first of all, those of us who are here on the screen are only the beginning, because this is also coming through the EHRS website as well, so that everybody can, you know, wherever you are in the world, you can see it. And we know that a lot of our members will be watching in that way. So what I'd love to do first of all is to just say how delighted I am that we're able to do this. Could you, you know, I know we had that at Hanukkah, but could you imagine 5 years ago that ability just to talk with each other in this situation? Just quite unthinkable, but it's beautiful that we're able to do so. I reached out to Julia about, it was only about a week ago, maybe 10 days, to say, what do you think? Should we get together? She was immediate, said, oh yes, we've got to do this. So we've worked out a way to, and it's beautiful that we've got members of EHRS, we've got members of Shirat HaYam, and we're together. So what we thought we would do is that Julia's going to speak a bit about the Shirat HaYam community today, what it's doing, how it's managing in this situation, using online community initiatives, how Odessa in general is coping with the coronavirus, and if there are any positive aspects, what's going on, and any concerns for the future. One of the things I know we need to do is be relatively slow in speaking, because it's very kind of the Odessa members to use English for us. Thank you very much indeed. So we will try to be slow, and I won't, and try not to use too complicated language. But can I hand over first to Julia to speak with us?
Hi. First of all, I would like to say hello to everyone. It's really a pleasure to see you, and in good condition, with health and smiles. It's very important in this difficult time. Thank you to some members of our congregation. I would like to introduce you. Some of them you know. First of all, it's Elena Ismailova, who is probably you know her as a youth coordinator, but now she's the chair of our congregation. Yes, Lena, you can say hi.
hi.
Lena grew up in our congregation from her childhood, and she is now a chairwoman. So we have some kind of women team working for Odessa. Odessa is also a female city, so we have women team. And we have now Natalia, who is a board member of congregation.
Hello.
And, hello, Natalia. You know Isolda, who is my daughter, and also she works now for youth group. She's a madricha of our youth club, and she's done lots of volunteer job for our congregation. And also we have Mira and Sophia is the members of our congregation too. So first of all, I would like to say how the situation changed for our country and for our city and for our congregation. You know, people in Odessa have very great sense of humor. Sometimes a bit cynical sense of humor. And when the coronavirus was spreading around the world, people in Odessa were just joking about this for a long time actually. But we thought it's a very serious situation. And the day when coronavirus became a pandemic, at that day, exactly at that day, Lena and me decided to call our board, community board, and say we have to close, we have to go to online regime to work online. Even before the official quarantine was called in Odessa, 3 days before. And we very fast went to Zoom platform and buying the official version of Zoom to keep all our programs online. First week, I just keeping to say people, please stay at home. I do it now also because it's very easy to protect yourself just staying at home. And we decided we will stay as much as we need, as long as we need, because community, congregation is not only the building, only the room when we pray. So we can pray staying at home, we can study staying at home, and we can support each other. And people from our congregation were really supported, are really supported to run all our programs which we have. Fortunately, official situation in Ukraine and in Odessa is not so bad or critical as, for example, in London. But part of is, I would say, it's not real the situation because people, not many people are tested, and some people in the city are very free to go to the strong rules, so they're not support these rules. But we are members of our congregation, me personally, we are going very strong because from the first day of quarantine, of city quarantine, government made strong rules how to behave during this time. So you can keep mask on your face when you go out. You have to go out just in urgent situation. We don't have distance district, but anyway, we try to stay close at home. And generally, the situation now is almost all shops are closed, amongst of grocery shops, and all markets were closed from yesterday, and our famous market too, previous market, and all gyms, all beauty salons were closed, almost everything. The public transport doesn't work as a public transport, so it works only in a regime of special transport. So all government public transport works only for people who has to go to work, and in hospitals or etc. Government is very supportive for people in this difficult situation. From the first week I was invited as a representative of community organization, of public organization. I was invited to join a special committee, government committee, city committee, to support this situation with coronavirus. And honestly, many people work as volunteers for this committee, taking people home some kind of products and food, etc. Me personally staying at home and do some logistical work for this committee. So it's also very important. And I would like to ask some people from our congregation saying about our programs. I can add after, but ask them first. Who would like to? Natalia, probably.
About our problems?
Our programs.
Oh.
Just a moment. Shalom, Haverim. My name is Tanya. With the beginning of the quarantines, our life has changed, and not always the change were bad. Despite the fact that we cannot see each other, only now we became clean to us. Now we are dear to each other. Zoom helped us overcome the distance between us, and the communication have become more frank. We don't stop studying the Torah and encouraging each other as much as we can. Every morning, one of us sing for everyone or read poetry. On Shabbat, we cannot sing us as a chorus usually. The possibilities in Zoom are limited, but we feel that we are together.
Thank you, Natalia. Exactly, we have lots of new programs to virtual programs to support each other. And Natalia mentioned, I'm really proud of it. Natalia mentioned our program. We have community Viber chat. And every day, every morning, 11 o'clock in the morning, in this chat, we have the song of the day. Community members sing for each other and post in this song every day, song to support each other. Probably it's going to be our new tradition. We had Passover Seder online, and it was also a great experience. It was unusual, but probably it was more deeper meaning as usual, because we had to support each other. We had to think new about all Passover Seder steps, and we have even small sense of this story. And we thought, what kind of new part of our Seder would became of our tradition of our people. Me personally, I also worried. It's not question to be some kind of brave person. The situation is really, really, really bad for all world, for all people around the world. But this fear has to teach us how to think new, how to behave new, how to support people. And the situation, some official numbers of the situation for today in Ukraine is around 7,000 people who ill by coronavirus. 187 people died, unfortunately. But as I said before, I'm not sure if it's exactly the official numbers of people information, because not all people are tested. I found many positive things in this situation too. I mean, me personally, we discovered new way to pray. I pray for many years. I pray my personally early morning, and now I'm happy that people can join me my personal prayer on Sunday morning, like 7 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, who would like to get up early? And we have youth programs, and we share these programs with youth around the former Soviet Union. So, and also all our study classes are open for people from different congregations. So we post our Zoom link openly, and many people from different congregations can join us. For example, we had people from Belarus, from Russia, from even the north parts of Russia. They would never be in Odessa before, but they can join us and speak with us. It's really, really, really nice. So this kind of isolation can show us that we can be all together. We can find the good, right lessons from this situation. I would like to ask members from Odessa if someone from you who would like to add something about our programs and problems.
I can say it, yeah. For me, like good size our situation, yeah, in the world, it's I feel how world has become smaller because people from all over the world are connecting to our project from different communities in FSU, Israel, and it's for me it's very important. So every Friday we met. Every Friday we met for a children's Shabbat, and then we have Shabbat for adults, and where different FSU communities can connect to us. Every Saturday we have a meeting for our Yas Club, Netzer, and we have our Avdallah service for all people. Yeah, so it's all our project is open to all members, all ages. Yeah, I'm very glad to be here today because very interesting how it works. Our congregation, our your congregation, your community. Yeah.
Thank you, Lena. Probably Isolda or Mira. Isolda? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just thinking what to say. So, yeah, the youth programs have become like wider because we have kids and teenagers from all of the FSU. So the friends that I haven't personally met for like 3 years, they've come to my sessions, or I've come to different sessions. Also, the Netzer movement, it is global. So we can go to like Avdallahs of Netzer South Africa and all that kinds of interactions. Yeah. I know what to add. You said everything. But it is important that we found each other on this wave of Zoom, and people who couldn't come to our community, to our congregation, who had like problems with something, they connect and everything's working fine.
Thank you, Zelda. I would like to say that month of Mira, I can see a month of all official programs which we run for our congregation. I have also many time working in Zoom, speaking with people around the world and speaking with members of our congregation in not official way, not only for programs. I think Mark will understand me. What does it mean? How people need this support, needs to be involved. They don't like to feel they're in total isolation. You know, many of us met the old woman from our congregation, Tamila. Probably you remember her, the oldest one, and she's 86 now. Yeah, and for me, it was very important to don't lose her. And for me, it takes a couple weeks to find her child, to help her to join us via Zoom. It's important that she can see us and we can see her. So for everyone. Yeah, Mira.
Yes, me too. I want to say hello for everybody, and I'm very happy to see everyone, because in this time it's very nice that we can be really more close to each other than before this situation with coronavirus. And me and my daughter Sophia, we try to stay at home. Yulia say, stay at home. And it's not easy for us, because we like to walk a lot near the sea and enjoy nature, and it's really not easy to stay at home, but we try. Every day I wake up and take a shower and do everything same. It's give me a lot of happy about I still alive, and I try to do simple things for understand that my life still continuing. And I started to feeling this new life. I try to understand what's happened, and how can I change myself. For start, I want to start from me. How can I change myself? And maybe it's help to change a little bit our world, because I understand not the best now because of situation with coronavirus, and everybody we must to stay at home. I think something wrong, something not good, that we can't meet, we can't hug each other. Of course, I can be close to my daughter and I can hug her every day, but I want to hug same Lena, I want to hug Isolda, I want to hug Yulia. But Zoom, it's perfect. And of course, every Shabbat we have the best opinion. We can option. I mean, we can meet, and we can meet Shabbat, and we can pray together, and it's very, very good. But same, I dream when they come and we can together meet and hug each other. And maybe you can come to visit us. Yulia say we have a special humor here in Odessa. Yes, it's really nice. And Privoz, it's a market, the green market, and a lot of things here. You know, sometimes we go out. Of course, we can't stop a breath, and we go near the sea. It's not easy to do few first steps out from home, but after a little bit relax, and when we see our beautiful sea, you know, sometimes I saw a lot of people walk and running and use a bicycle a lot, and sometimes I think maybe nothing happened in this world, nothing's changed. Maybe our government's not so strong, and people still walk and do sport, make sport. One side, it's good opinion to a little bit breath and walk, but sometimes I think maybe it's same dangers, because not a lot of people think about the destination from each other.
Yeah, actually, it's not allowed to go to the parks and to the sea. It's not allowed by government, unfortunately. And many people just stay home. Thank you, Mira.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's been so lovely to hear all your voices from Odessa. Really has been Zolda and Mira and Lena and Julia and Talia earlier on. Just wonderful. As well as the people who we can see on the screen, there are just over 10 other screens on our live stream. So altogether, this is a conversation probably of about 25 people, just to get an idea who's here. Let me just say a little bit from London and where we are at the moment. Very sadly, Britain has been one of the most affected countries by coronavirus. London especially, and Northwest London, where we are, even more. It's been horrendous, but we've suffered 18,000 deaths so far from coronavirus in the UK, and a large proportion has been in London. In terms of our own community, Edgware and Hendon Reformed Synagogue, 15 of our members so far have died from this. And it's been devastating for us. That's included our own synagogue treasurer, Howard Moss, which was very, very difficult. And the worst one, I think we should also share this awful stuff, was a husband and a wife and their son all died from it in the course of a week. Stuart and Geraldine Kinchuk and their son Paul. You can imagine that makes us really devastated as a community, and I think it's in that background that I'm speaking. So anything that we're holding on to and managing has got that background to it of very difficult situation in the community. It has slowed down, thank God. There are not as many people in our community dying at the moment, and not as many in hospital as were. So certainly Rabbi Emily and I and Val and Marissa, as part of our community care, are aware that there are fewer of our members currently in this awful situation. And I know that you're aware, Julia, and I know you sent us condolences, that our own Rabbi Neil Kraft was one of the victims of coronavirus just 1 week before he was due to retire, which was just so sad for us as a community. So that background, unfortunately, is there. Now, we're trying to make sure, just as you are, that we are still very strongly a community. And for that, indeed, services on live stream. As I showed Julia before, the background I have looks like I'm in the synagogue, but in fact, I'm not really. I'm actually here in my daughter's bedroom. But we make these things work, and at least that feeling that we're in our community home. Services are working in terms of lots of people coming to them. Also, something that's been really lovely is our Rabbi Emily has been conducting a Facebook live session so that you can interact with the person leading the service. It's been lovely. She's been doing that on Friday nights after our Kabbalat Shabbat service, where you get to join her and her family, and on Saturday mornings as well. So you have the formal service going on, but also the informal. And that we've really found, and I think, thinking about what Mira was saying about starting from ourselves, I think we've opened up to each other as a community. We're talking more than we ever have before, and that is very, very positive. One of the things that I'm so pleased we've managed to happen is, how do we make sure that everybody's in contact with somebody, and that if there is, as you talked about the elderly woman in your community, how do we make sure that everybody is somehow looked after? That's really difficult, but one of the ways that we've done it is creating something called community circles. So that's 10 to 15 households. You may be aware that our community is geographically quite concentrated in lots of areas, and so far there are 92 of them. So that's 92 volunteers calling people near to them, making sure that there's shopping problems or going to the pharmacy problems that they can be helped, or just being in contact. And that's been lovely. And that maybe gets me to this sort of positive thing, which is this reaching out to each other, I hope is going to mean that that stays afterwards, after coronavirus, that we don't just lose that contact with each other. It may be, and I don't know if this expression works in Odessa, there is such a thing we say as a holiday friendship. You meet people on holiday, you're incredibly close, and then you never really contact each other again. And that might be what's going to happen, I don't know. Or maybe we will find that these connections stay for a long time. Similarly, as Olga was talking about Netzer, our Reform Synagogue youth has used their initials to become Remote Synagogue Youth. So as in lots of activities, just as you said, connecting the whole country up. It's been really lovely. And our own youth workers, Murray and Amy, have also been creating opportunities for our young people, and that's been lovely. Cuddle Up Shabbat. Now you hear Cuddle Up Shabbat. In English, cuddle is to do this, is to give a hug. So Cuddle Up Shabbat, we've been enjoying on Friday afternoons for our young members, and that's been very nice. So, a lot of creativity that's been great. Communal Seder, just as you said, Seder worked beautifully actually over Zoom and live stream. But I think, people are so very concerned about life. The economics of the community are changing very rapidly. People are not at work. There are people who are able to work from home, a lot of people who aren't able to work. You may be aware a lot of members of our community are taxi drivers. Probably 200 or 300 members of our community, they can't work. So we know there's a huge effect. And others there are many people in business by themselves, and that's very difficult. There are people who are consultants to business, and how do you get new clients in this situation? And there are people who are working in the health service, and that's very worrying, going out to work. One thing that's beautiful that's been happening in London and all over the country, at 8 p.m. on Thursday night, every week, everybody comes out of their house or out of their apartment or onto their balcony, and they clap for the health service and for essential workers. And they bang pans and they bang saucepans. And some Jews have been blowing a shofar at 8 o'clock on a Thursday, and people have been letting off fireworks as appreciation for those who are doing the essential work. Because we also know with 18,000 deaths in hospitals and in care homes and such like, that these people have been big heroes. That, I think, is what I'd like to share, and I wonder if we could, in our last few minutes, just open up to conversation again. So let me invite Kay and Linda and Stephen and Andy and Vivian. If there's anything you would like to share, please open up your microphone and please do so. Linda.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still working from home. I work for a firm of solicitors, and the work that I do is mostly legal aid work. So the files get delivered to me and left on the doorstep. I do my work, I let them know, and I also do a lot of administration online. So I bought myself a scanner about 4 weeks ago. So now I'm pretty self-sufficient. And I've got enough work. So my routine now is to not get up quite as early as I used to. Then work all morning, have lunch. Then Ray and I go out for a walk. We've found some places in Edgware that we didn't even know existed, which has been really quite exciting. Come home, catch up with friends on the phone, have dinner, and settle down to an evening of vegging out, watching TV. So we've got into a kindly slightly different routine, but I have to say that people of my age, my friends, we're all quite enjoying a slightly slower pace of life. We're very lucky. We've got the garden. The thing that really, I'm going to get very emotional, it's really, really hard because we have a new grandson and we can't see him. He's 7 weeks old, nearly 2 months old, and we can't see him. We saw him when he was first born, and that's about it. He hasn't been circumcised because he had very bad jaundice, and now the Moalim are not doing circumcisions. We have 3 granddaughters who we can't see. All we do, look, we actually did a virtual Seder, which I guess a lot of parents and grandparents did, which was a bit manic, as our youngest granddaughter, who is about 1.5, is the Tasmanian devil in disguise. So it was quite manic, but we got through it, and I was very proud of my boys who got themselves a doll, and played and made the dishes and cooked the grandma meals, chopped liver and chicken soup and chicken, and they did it all. And I'm really proud of them. And about for all grandparents. But otherwise, yeah, we're keeping fine and keeping busy. Ray's repainted some bits and pieces, and we've been joining some of the study sessions, which we did with the one that Jonathan Maganet did on Friday, which was great. And yeah, you know, and another week's gone by, and there doesn't seem to be a huge amount of light at the end of the tunnel, but I guess there will have to be at some stage. So I think that, like everybody else, and we do go out and do the clapping, and we've got a wonderful WhatsApp group of our neighbours who offer to go and get us shopping or whatever we want. I think it has brought lots of people in the community together. I mean, we've lived here 24 years and we hardly know our neighbours. We probably had more contact with them over the last few weeks than we ever have in the past, and everybody is being so kind and helpful. And I think we just have to you know, take it as it is, keep ourselves as safe and well as we possibly can, and wait till things do start to improve. And I think, you know, that's about it from me. So over to somebody else.
Hello? I just wanted to ask you how you fared over Passover, whether you had shortages in your shops, whether you could get matzot, and whether you, I'm sure you did, had Zoom Seder nights. And also I wanted to ask you, I believe there was a firebomb yesterday in a synagogue or in a Chabad center in the south of Ukraine. Could you comment on that, please?
We had very little shortages. We have some because we live in Edgware, which is a very.
Well, I was talking to Julia.
Oh, sorry, Kay. Sorry.
Yeah. I know that all Jewish organizations in the city are closed for this time. I mean, official closed. They use also different online platform to teach and pray. But in fact, I saw the Chabad synagogue is open, and some people go in and go out. So actually, you know, I'm also part of interfaith dialogue with different clergies from different faiths, and almost everyone which I spoke, really understand and really worried about the situation. Not all. for example, some Christians, Orthodox churches don't want to be closed, and people are, because Ukraine is Christian country, people are going to pray, and our main fear is going to be peak of coronavirus in a couple of weeks after Christian holidays, Easter. So,
but do you have shortages in your shops? Can you get, if you want to get matzot, could you get everything that you needed for your Seder night?
We got matzah for our congregation even before Purim. So all our members received matzah, but already during the quarantine, they had several volunteers who catch matzah to different people, and just on their cars, and me too, going with some of them. So all our members were with matzah. They had matzah in the head, so they were good. And also, yes, Andrea. No? Yeah. No, it doesn't work, Andrea. Yeah.
Okay. I'm part of the community circle and also the Telenet service, which you might remember was set up for the over 80s. And I've been calling them on a very regular basis. Some of them love to chat, and it gives them something to hold on to. So I'm talking to one set every 2 weeks and then the other set every 2 weeks, which is really lovely. And I know that they're all appreciative. And I sent out an email because I've only just set up the community circle bit. And I sent out an email saying that I do hope that at the end of all this, we will all stay in touch because we're all within the Kingsbury area. And, you know, I'm waiting for them all to come back to me to say that they're quite happy to share their information, if any of them can do some shopping or some cooking or whatever. Unfortunately, I'm not working at the moment. My job is safe because I will be going back when I'm free. But yeah, you know, it's difficult, but I'm doing Zumba every morning.
Wow.
Yeah, online, and it's really, really good. And quite a few members are doing that. I think she has about 60 people on Zoom doing Zumba every morning at 10. And then I just tidy up and do a bit of whatever. Go out for a walk every so often. But I'm enjoying the nice weather at the moment. So, and I want you lot to stay safe. So.
Thank you, Andrea. I would like to join your Zumba class.
I can send you the link. It's Monday to Thursday.
Yes, please, me too. It's a very good idea.
Okay, no probs.
David, how are you?
Yeah, we're good. One positive thing that's come out of this actually is that you know, those of you that've been to London, you know how busy it is, and it's fairly polluted, and the air is just so fresh. It reminds me of Sundays when I was a kid, when shops weren't allowed to open, and it really was a day of rest sort of thing. And so the atmosphere is very, very, very different.
But we did notice on our lunchtime walk yesterday that there were more cars out, more people about, more people queuing outside shops, and I am concerned that people are getting a little bit complacent.
Yeah. The other thing is that I got the impression that you're very locked down, probably a bit more locked down than us, and the government guidance has been a little bit vague, but they are encouraging people to go out, get some exercise, go for a run, go for a bike ride. We've been walking around Edgware, but actually have found it sometimes there are a few idiots around who, you know, don't keep away from you and that sort of thing. They've now clarified what you can do. So we're saying don't travel anywhere, but now they said you can drive, as long as your driving time is less than your walking time, you can drive to the countryside. So we've done that at the weekend, which is very nice, and gone for walks in the countryside where there's hardly anyone there. So
yeah, we set up the community circle in our road or our little area. We made the initial phone calls, but other things have taken over, unfortunately, and we haven't followed it through. But the initial phone calls we made, we discovered that there's quite a few elderly people in our street that are self-isolating. All seem to have people that are doing their shopping for them. They're all okay. But it's something we need to really follow through with them. And there's one lady that all she wants is for people to phone her up for a chat.
Thank you very much to David and Vivian. Thank you to everyone who's spoken. We've reached the end of the time that we set for today. So I just want to, I want to say to Julia how lovely it is that we've been able to do this. Thank you for responding so positively, so quickly. And it's really, I think also for us, it's so lovely also to see you as a community as well, and to see members of the community and to hear about what you're doing. And again, a little bit like Andy was saying, let's make this part of a connection that keeps continuing and keeps growing and keeps becoming deeper. So for last word, let me hand over to Julia, but it's so lovely to be able to do this with you.
Thank you, Rabbi Mark. And also, I just want to remind us, of course, this quarantine, this coronavirus canceled lots of things for us. But, you know, friendship is not canceled, love is not canceled, and all good things and our smiles and our love is not canceled. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. And say goodbye and keep well, keep safe, keep indoors, and keep good.
Take care of you.
Please undo your microphones. It's absolutely fine. We can all be done again now.
Thank you for organising this.
Oh, a total pleasure.
It's great. Thank you.
Stay safe.
Sorry, I can say.
Nice to see you all.
Lovely to see you.
I
Lovely
can
to
see
hear you.
Stephen here.
Stephen.
Yeah.
There's Stephen. Yeah.
Oh.
Ah, he hasn't unmuted now.
Nice to see you.
Welcome,
Stephen. All
Stephen.
your London friends, Julia. All your Edgware friends here.
I was going to go.
All Odessa committee is here. Probably we'll work together.
Yeah.
I was going to go to. I was going to go to Kiev. I was going to go next month with Prince the Reform Synagogue, but it was cancelled.
Oh well, never mind. You'll go again, Steve.
We will go again.
We need to come to Odessa again.
Yeah.
Andrea, let's make Zumba together.
Yeah.
I will speak to the girl who runs it and tell her that there are 2 people in Odessa that want to join.
Please.
Wait, maybe more.
Yeah, I forgot Zoldy.
We don't know.
I think more, yeah.
Julia,
Yeah.
can I say?
Yes.
Hello, anyone, mother. My name is Sophia. I'm 12 years old. I would like to practice English. Maybe someone have child or grandchild of my age who would like to Russian.
What a good idea. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Sophia, I think we can do that for you. Would you ask Rabbi Julia for my email address, and I will put you in contact with our youth leader who can help to find somebody of your age.
That's good.
Okay.
Is that clear for you, Sophia and Mira?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just send an email to Rabbi Julia, and then we'll make sure that we make a connection for you.
I think also we can twin our youth leaders, Lena and Zolda, with youth from your synagogue, to support and make something together too.
Yeah, maybe like a session or a Shabbat or after that, a song session.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
Brilliant.
One of the wonderful things our youth leaders are doing is they're doing make it at home. So what they say is get yourself a piece of paper, an elastic band and a pencil, and then come back and then you make something. Or they made a house out of matzah and everybody shows it on the Zoom. They have 20 minutes to do it and come back. They have some creative ideas. That would be really lovely. So Julia, can you be the connector for us?
Yeah.
And then we'll make sure this happens.
That'd be fabulous if you can do it between Odessa and London.
That'd be cool. It'd be fun.
Great idea.
Oh gosh, we've got to finish unfortunately because somebody needs this Zoom at 11 o'clock from all sure. So
thank you very much.
I have to say
bye. Keep well.
To be with you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.